Bum 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 bum. Chicka bow wow wow. Calibrate. My camera's calibrated now. I'm doing a little jig. I'm playing motherfucking Fortnite. Chicken nuggets, 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 chicken nuggets. Oh yeah. Hello and good morning everyone, it is me, your little anime brother from the anime fam on YouTube, RD. And I'm currently here in my clubhouse. What is the time? It's 9:35. It's not that late. It's pretty early. Huh.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't even know why I'm playing. I guess I should get ready for the tournament, but...
He is really bad, really good aim though, sorry. He's like a 0 build, like tier 3 pro or some shit.
Oh yeah, I'm getting ready for the tournament on, I can't remember what day, but I'm getting ready for a tournament soon.
Me and him sometimes play builds, cause he's unreal and like
I'm getting ready for a tournament soon. Whoa. Tournament. It's just like, I don't wanna know what you're talking about. Oh man, I don't want. Man, I love it where it's just like, I'm not nosy. You deserve privacy. Mutes them. Anyway, so yeah, guys, how is your Monday morning going? I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. Anyway, I guess an explanation is in order as to why things are depressing, and it's not even that bad. It's just my brother makes it seem worse than it actually is. But so we're tight on cash right now because worst thing happened. Our fucking washer broke. And we called someone and they're like, yeah, it'd be cheaper to just buy a whole new washer than for me to fix it. Because apparently it was pretty problematic. Or it was going to be an expensive fix. So, yeah, that's why things are bad. That's why things are bad. We had... Dun-dun-dun, oh no, rainy day, we saved up for a rainy day, and boom, it happened. Washer broke, and we're like, no, and it sucked, because, like, we hadn't been able to wash clothes for, like, 2 weeks because of that. And what else has happened? Our fucking food disposal gave out, or the little thing on the sink that goes, it gave out, and we need to get that fixed too. But we took care of the problem that was, well, more of a problem, which was the laundry. So, bright side, got a new washer. Bad side, really tight on cash, and my brother makes it seem like we're he makes it seem like we're gonna go homeless and lose our home. And that's like the best way to put it. My brother makes it seem like we're that poor, and it's just like, no, we're okay, we're fine. He's just in Doom's mind because he's just not used to this, and I hate to say it, but he's pretty spoiled. And he won't admit to. Well, he has admitted to it. Yesterday, he admitted to it. He admits that he grew up very spoiled. But I was just like, wow. You admitted to it. I thought you would never admit to it. I thought you'd just keep playing the victim and keep blaming me, mom, and dad. So anyway, that's personal drama. I'm not gonna talk about that. But what I am gonna talk about is the stuff that's really just like first world problems. I mean, they were gonna happen, which is just the washer giving out and we having to replace it. And then because of that being such a high money purchase out of nowhere, it really left us in tight in when it comes down to money because of when it happened and stuff. Where it's just like, oh, after the holidays, And like still waiting for my brother's paycheck. Like my brother's still waiting for his paycheck, and thank God he told me this, because that really alleviates a lot of the worry. Now that I'm thinking about it, he's getting a bonus come February. I guess a Valentine's Day bonus. And either way, that's money that's back into our pockets after such a shitty. Not a pandemic, but a shitty conundrum of a series of unfortunate events. It happens, but goddamn, like I was feeling really depressed for like the entire weekend, and now that I'm talking about it, I don't feel as bad. Where it's just like my brother really was making it feel like we were gonna go homeless or some shit, and it's just like, we're not gonna go homeless. Money's just tight, and we don't have a lot for food right now, so we gotta make do with what we got. And unfortunately for me, I had to deal with an extremely drunk brother, because he was that depressed that he was just so drunk that he was just like, wee, like, and I'm just like, oh no, this is bad. I had to clean up after him. It was terrible. It sucked so hard. It was just like, damn it, it's like you didn't have to get this shit face and leave all this for me to clean up, you bastard. But it is what it is. Fact of the matter is, it's all done and taken care of. Shit's not as bad as it seems. My brother just is a total drama queen. And yeah. Oh man, yeah. Life is financially not so good, but that's also like something that's kind of out of my control, cause apparently I'm too broken to get a job. I had a job, and then they were just like, no, you're not working now, bye. And then it's just like, man, you fucking assholes, you just use people. I didn't like how they treated temporary workers there. Like, you're super replaceable if they didn't like you. And all because I had to go to the bathroom. So, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I'm not good enough for work apparently. That's literally what the last experience said. It was just like, no, you're not no. We don't have a real reason, even though we sent that guy away on a training forever and he's completely different now. No. Where it just makes it seem like it doesn't matter if I go and find another job, they're just gonna fucking fire him. They're gonna just let me go just because they're just like, nah, we're just not feeling ya. And it's just like, wow. It's just like, I don't see the point of working so hard and learning a new trade only to be there for like less than 4 months and then just be let go. I don't see the point. And I don't see the point in going to school because it's just like, well, I'm financially, well, I could get FAFSA, but I don't see the point where it's just like, it's not going to make a difference. It's not going to be like, oh my god, you went to school, wow, you're going to find all the, nope, nope. Fact of the matter is, the job market is, what's the word I'm looking for? Congested. There's already enough people that can do the job, and then since people are taking longer to retire, that's also another thing. There's people that are in jobs for so long and they're just not retiring. Dun 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 dun. It's so weird how the requirements in order to get a job. It's like, not only do you need an education, you need to have all the prior work experience beforehand. And it's just like, motherfucker, I just graduated from college. How am I supposed to get like real working hours if no one's fucking hiring and is demanding that I have fucking work experience before I even graduate? It's just like, how do you even do that? How does one do that? It's just like, it's like you need to be working right out of the womb. Focusing on the trade. Because I was thinking about going back to school, and it's just like, oh, I can study robotics, and it's just like, there's probably plenty of jobs in that, and probably actually is. But at the same time, it's just like, I feel like it's too late. I feel like it's way too late. Too late. Also, if I wasn't smart enough for other things, what makes me think I could get a job into something that's what I would consider requiring a higher intellect than normal? So, not good enough for any kind of job. I'll probably just get let go for some bullshit reason. And I don't think it's a good idea to go to school, especially when there's just so many people getting stupid easy rich, not doing anything. When you have influencers that are fucking millionaires like Mr. Beast. But I saw a video yesterday of a guy that's a wizard, and he just said all content creators are scam artists. And I was watching the video, and it's just like, oh crap. He was just telling me things that I kind of like figured out, but it was like, oh no, I'm stupid, and I probably just sound like a crazy conspiracy theorist. And it's just like, no, it's totally true. And it's because these platforms and stuff, because they rely on people, content creators, they get them addicted to it via the TikTok formula. And I was just like, damn. Pretty much he was just speaking honest to God facts and truths. And I was just like, man, why? It made me question, like, why did I even begin content creating on YouTube anyway? And originally, it was just a hobby, and it was to prove that anyone could do it, not just fucking well-off, rich-ass kids with a bunch of fucking tech at their disposal. Because anyone that has the bare minimum can literally do it. And then I'm still proving that today. But at that whatever, okay, even though I started as a hobby and I was just doing it for fun, and I still am, it's getting to the point where it's just like, hey, I need to make money, and this isn't a viable thing to go about making money, because it's just like, you either have to pay for a bunch of clout to mess with the algorithm, to pretty much you have to fake growth in order to actually gain growth, or you have to like try super duper duper mega hard. And the thing is, it's just like, it's not worth it, because at the end of the day, what's popular is just a bunch of brain rot. And I don't want to be part of a problem that's just making civilization and society as we know it stupider than it already is. Pretty much, I don't want to be part of the problem that's slowly causing the degradation and the retardation of civilization. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? It makes sense to me, but it probably doesn't make sense to anyone else. But anyway, going back to the wizard and talking about how content creators are scam artists, and how it's like, you can ask a kid today, it's like, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? And most of them are going to say, it's like, oh, I want to be like my favorite so-and-so content creator, not knowing that it's a scam. It's just like, you're getting addicted to cloud, you're getting addicted to the the fame that you would never have had otherwise, that then develops deep narcissism and egotistical personality that becomes either more toxic, or it's just like the guys did say it, where it's just like, if you're a good person doing this for the good reasons, then you're gonna be a good, like, pretty much Captain America logic. But if you're a bad person, you get the superpowers, it's like you're just gonna become a toxic piece of shit human being, like Andrew Tate or somebody like that. But it's still famous nonetheless. Or like some weird OnlyFans girl. But it's kind of sad because it's just like that's where we're at in modern day civilization, where kids don't want to grow up to become a police officer, a doctor, a construction worker, a mechanic, or something, you know, realistic. They're aiming for the fucking stars, and they want to be famous off the bat. No one wants to have a realistic goal in mind. And that's the bad thing. It's like, if a bunch of boys and little girls just want to be influencers and think that, like, oh, life is going to be easy, I'm just going to play video games all day, and fucking money's going to pour in, people are going to love me, and it's just like, no, dude, no one's going to fucking care. It's as simple as that. No one fucking cares. To make anyone care is it's like, wow. Like, you have to have either a really great personality and just be a great people person where you're very sociable and you can interact in a positive way with these people, or you're hanging out with a bunch of nihilists and you just need to be the most piece of shit person known to mankind. It's like it's a fork in the road. You're either a genuine nice person or you're a genuine piece of shit. There is no in between. If you're somewhere in between, then you're faking it, where it's just like, you're a piece of shit, but you're trying to hide the fact by trying to pretend to be a good person or a decent person. And like I said, when it comes to being a content creator and doing something, just streaming video games isn't enough to make people care. And so many creators beforehand, or it's like, you either have to be like super godly good at the game, or you're just so funny and you're like joke around and stuff that people are just magnetically drawn to you. But in all honesty, it's like, no one fucking cares. If no one fucking cares in the game industry what your fucking sexual orientation is and what your identity politics or your actual real world politics is, like, no one fucking gives a shit about that. What the fuck's gonna make people care that you're online playing video games? If, like, I know it's just like I'm fucking picking something out where it's just like, well, yeah, no one cares about that bullshit. It's like, yeah, no one fucking cares, but the thing is, it's like, these group of people are trying to make people care about who they are and what they represent, rather than what they can create and what their merit is, or what they can do as a creator. At the end of the day, I'm just a video game VTuber, no different from all the other ones. The only difference is that I'm not backed by anyone. I'm extremely independent and very small, meaning that no money revenue is being made whatsoever. It's like, I'm not like any of the people from Hololive that are backed by a corporation, have money, have to make deals with certain game companies. That's why they have to play certain games and they can't play the games they want. And that's why they also have a time limit on what they can play. And it's just like, man, screw all that. It's just like, that's all big business. You're not playing and entertaining yourself and other people because these are the things you want to do. You're doing it because this is what the business wants you to do, and that's what's going to make you money. So it's best to just shut up and take the money, right? And yet, so many Hololive, well, I guess females, are going independent via the doobie route. And I'm just like, why is that? I was like, was Big Daddy, what's his face, that they all praise and suck his dick so hard, the guy that's the founder of Hololive? Is, like, is he more like Mr. Krabs than I thought? Is the company a little, like, is really good, but they're taking like, I don't know, freedom away from the talent? But at the same time, it's just like, I don't care. It's just like, I don't care about these people. It's like, I never cared about them before, and the only reason I know about them is because the internet won't shut the fuck up about them because everyone else cares about them so much. We live in some strange times where apparently male loneliness is at an all-time high. And I don't know. That's, when you think about that, it's just like, is that why so many of these VTubing women or just women streamers so popular? It's just like, is the average day male so deprived of any kind of contact from the opposite sex that this is the only way they can get it? And then they somehow think that this is like normal and like, oh wow, I'm actually talking to a girl. And it's just like, no, you're simping for a girl. A girl that's probably not even that attractive and probably a lot more basic in real life. But hey, I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life. But that's the demographic. Lots of depressed, lonely males, probably all because fucking society thinks that they're trash and that they're nothing but basic slave labor. So they, goddamn, they see themselves as worthless and not worth the time. Damn, this is fucking depressing. Psychoanalyzing why fucking males at our all-time high loneliness. It is true though. We are made to feel more worthless now than ever. And then with so many social media platforms and doom scrolling things where people are just, oh, the world's shit, everything's shit, life is shit. It's real easy for anyone to feel like absolutely nothing. But that's the day and age we live in. These giant corporations and these guys, billionaires and stuff, they don't give a shit about us. All they care about is that we're simple-minded, we're easy to control, easily manipulated, and are doing the fucking bullshit work to make them more money. They could care less if we're able to live a life and actually afford things. All they care about is that the poor are out of the way and are not being an annoying nuisance. And that the rich have the world as their entire playground. Which is why a lot of they keep pushing where it's like, you don't need to go to school to find success. It's like, you don't need to go to college, and it's just like, just do this. And that's why they're trying to just manipulate females to just become OnlyFans stars. That way the rich have like an endless supply of like basic whores. I'm looking through this through a realistic glass. It's just like, the reason why there's such high nihilism and making males feel lonely and like pieces of shit is just so that they're easy to control and are not able to be competition, and then brainwashing all the women to just be nothing more than sex tools for money. Well, that's just the world we live in today. Most women's have an OnlyFans, and it's sad because some of them do it because they need the money, and other ones do it because they're just that narcissistic and they think that they know it's the easy way to make big bucks than actually work hard and do a job. So it's split two ways. And then males just feel completely and absolutely worthless, that they just do whatever bare minimum is that they can get, and then just go home, feel more worthless, and just watch female VTubers and streamers. God damn, we live in a sad world. Is this really the future we're gonna live in? Cause it doesn't sound good. It sounds really bad. And I'm not gonna point the finger and blame anyone. It's just I guess this is what happens when rich, powerful people buy up and more of the capitalist things, and they monopolize on it. Cronyism. This is what happens when your capitalist society fails and becomes corrupt and falls to cronyism. I don't know, that made me sad, where it's just like thinking about how women are just being used and being turned to OnlyFans sex workers, and males are being purposely kept on a mentally destroyed mentality in order to just keep them as simple, mindless tools. I'm talking about people that are like doomers. People that already have a good life. Well, I don't know. Guess they got the lucky end of the stick. Cause I tried way too fucking hard. I tried way too fucking hard. I had way too many fucking jobs, and I tried way too fucking hard at them. Just because I wanted to do a good job. Because that's how you make money. Just to be thrown away like some cheap, broken tool. Meanwhile, there's freaking dudes that went to college and got the IT degrees because they were super smarts, and they're living what's considered the, what was it? Higher middle class. There is no real middle class. You're either poor or you're pretty high middle class. There is no middle class. Like, it was weird. Me and my brother were talking about it because we were talking about my nephew, and it's just like, it's like I'm happy that he's growing up in a higher middle class, but it's like completely different from what me and my brother grew up in, and I was just like, fuck. And it sucked because it's just like, we used to be just normal middle class, and that doesn't even exist anymore. And what's even weirder is that apparently this is the ghetto, and like, this is what I find really weird. Because people on the internet, it's like, you don't want to live with a bunch of poor people or where the black people are. You don't want to live in the ghetto. And it's just like, if that were so true, then why do a bunch of fucking well-off people keep moving into ghetto areas and then slowly have them gentrified? Like, why does gentrification happen? It's like, if people didn't want to live in these ghetto areas, and then the only reason this area stays ghetto and things stay cheap is because every once in a while someone with their gun goes out and goes bang, 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 bang. Doesn't shoot anyone or kill anyone, just sounds off their gun to make this area be like, oh no, it's dangerous, you don't want to live in that area, there's crazy people with guns. But yeah, I'm saying this because coming home one day from, I think, picking up some body wash and deodorant that I needed from Walmart. And we're just like, what, like coming home and we're driving, and it's just like, where the fuck did all these, there's just like a fucking caravan of a bunch of fucking like white people just running, and they're all wearing their like really like nice like running attire, and I'm just like, what the fuck? It's like, where do all these white people come from? It's just like, we don't live in like a fucking white ass neighborhood. We live in the ghetto. It's all old houses and stuff, and there's just a bunch of fucking old ass white people and like young ass white people all just like running and following each other, and it's just like, what the fuck is this? It's like some kind of like cross country like fitness thing here now, or does this entire apartment complex just go like, we're gonna have a whole run so everyone can, yeah, woo, community bullshit? And I'm just like, what the fuck, where did all these people come from? This is like, this is why this area is slowly gentrifying, and it's not the ghetto. I don't know, it's just so weird where it's just like, well-off people come into neighborhoods like this because it's cheaper to live in and it's cheaper on taxes, but because of them, they slowly gentrify the area and make it to where like where it would have been where they were previously, before they were like, isn't this a genius idea? Let's live in a low income neighborhood because we're so well off. Everything will be so cheap and it'll be so affordable, and we can live life and without worries. It just reminds me about like all the white people or Americans that moved to Mexico because it's so much cheaper, and the cost of living is so much cheaper over there, and yet they still have their high paid American jobs, but they just live in, like, they rent out apartment spaces in Mexico because it's just cheaper. But because of that, they've started gentrifying Mexico, a already poor ass fucking country, and making it even more expensive there. And it's just like, goddamn. It's like, I know Mexico's in like super poor, but it's just like, when you just see some parts of Mexico, you're just like, oh wow. But when you see this, like the fancy cities and stuff, you're like, oh wow, it's so cool and nice and clean and modern. There's no way it's poor. And then you go and visit a poorer side, you're just like, oh, it's so rural. Never mind. It's no rule. Never mind. Do. And I pull out my grenade launcher. But da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I guess if I had one question to ask Donald Trump, it'll be, as a poor boy American, I'll be like, Donald Trump, what are your plans, if any, to, you know, combat the horrible pay inequality in America? Well, like, what are you gonna do about, like, the horrible gap between the rich and the poor in America, where it's like things are getting more and more expensive, and it seems like the lower income end of America is like having to live a tougher and tougher thing. It's like, what are you gonna go about to kind of like lessen that gap? That way people can live like they were in the 90s again, where everyone was like had money and not everything was stupid expensive, and people could live their lives and not have to worry about things and not have to like rely on food stamps and other financial aid services in order to just get by through life. Because things aren't getting better here in America. Because things aren't getting better here in America. I feel like homelessness has gone up a lot, and that's really bad. Because it's just like, how are these people losing everything so quickly and so rapidly that they're becoming homeless? I don't know. It's a fear, because it's just like, these are American people, and I feel like that they didn't fuck themselves over, but somewhere along the lines that we slipped up and we kind of like let these people down, since we're just so focused more on illegal immigrants and stuff. But like, now that he did the whole huge deportation and then he threatened with tariffs, all those people kind of just left due to their own accord. I don't know where the money came from and how they were able to do it, but apparently magic can happen overnight if you make a threat of tariffs and stuff. I guess a country can get their shit together. But yeah, my concern is the American people, and how are we gonna get the American people back on track so we can be a beautiful and wealthy country again. Like, I don't think anyone in America wants to live in America and be poor and just have to suffer their entire lives and then hope to God that one of their kids grows up smart, goes to college, and ends up getting like that freaking government job that turns everything around. You know what I'm saying? There's just a lot of people here in America that are having a tough time, and it's usually because, not because of a wage gap, but there's just a huge what was the word Bernie Sanders used? Was it inequality? Not equity? Was it inequity? Where it's just like there's a huge gap between the rich people and the not rich people, and how the rich people are just controlling and having more money, and it's just where it's like, I get it, not everyone's smart, not everyone can work that super awesome computer job or IT job and be a freaking stay-at-home or work from home situation and make easy money like that. You know, some people are simple and they just do simple things. And I guess where like what I'm trying to get at is, if they can't see themselves surviving ahead in the future in like a couple of years, what's there to say that they don't even see themselves having a future and they eventually just see themselves homeless because shit's just gotten so absurd? I feel like a lot of the bullshit that was going on, I won't call it a war, I'll call it a shadow war, and it was being fought online, and it was being waged against the people in order to, you know, destroy morale and whatnot. And it has left our country pretty fucked up, where like, sure, you have other countries saying that it's better to live there, and then they're comparing like LA homeless, like all the ugly homelessness in LA. Like I saw like a thing of China, it was like a thumbnail, and it's just like, see, China better, communist China better than America, oh yeah. And I was just like, no, communism's not better. I mean, there's still like a whole fucking part of China that's in a rural country area, and they live so poor, they have to do everything. Like even if they want like a small treat, they have to fucking make it themselves. They can't just like buy like a cheap thing like they can here in America, which is kind of like, okay, I guess when you go to a dollar store and all you buy are 2 big bags of chips and a thing of bread and it's $10. I didn't even buy real food. I bought chips and hamburger buns for hamburgers, and it was $10. Why do I feel like bread and 2 bags of chips should have been like less than $10, like $5? But everything's just so goddamn expensive now. Boop, boop. Where like my brother was like, "Oh, dude, like a gallon of milk is like almost $6," and I'm just like, "Wait, what?" I'm just like, "What?" I'm like, I'm like, cereal's not even a cheap alternative meal if milk's that expensive. You're gonna run out of milk before you finish all the cereal. Dude. I guess what I'm trying to say, Donald Trump, if you're listening, or if anyone's listening, to be honest, is I'm worried for the future of the American people, as the huge gap between the poor and the rich just keeps getting greater and greater, and it just feels like no one gives a fuck about us. Where it's just like, we want to live a comfortable, happy life and not have to worry about things. Fucking, can you believe that taxes here in Austin is like $3,000? Like, $3,000? I mean, the house is paid off and you're making me pay a $3,000 tax for just living here? But for having a paid off home, that's money that could be going to good uses. Like buying a new washer. And fixing the food disposal. And getting groceries. And shit's scary. Guess what I'm gonna say is, life's unfair, and that's just how it is. I'm probably gonna die. Well, not soon, but I don't know. I'm one of those people that I don't really see a future for me in like 5 years. Where it's just like, I'm not scared that I'm gonna become homeless, but I am scared that I'm probably not gonna be living no more. I don't know. I just feel like there's just no way to keep a sane and sound mind knowing that things are gradually getting worse. Going on social media platforms and being told that everything's is terrible and is getting worse. And yet the people that are saying this are so well off and entitled and privileged, more privileged than me, even though we're both freaking Americans, just because they have more money. And it's just like, what the fuck? What is going on here? It really is what's going on here. I guess my concern is mainly the future of America, and are the American people the ones that so desperately counted on Donald Trump and voted on Donald Trump that expect them to change things to make things better, that way life could be a lot easier on all of us? Is he really gonna do anything to help? I feel kind of hopeless, but that's just me, because I'm me and I'm useless and I'm not worth jack shit. Like, society has told me this many times, which is why I find it a miracle that I even wake up every day and try to feel positive. I guess this is just how it's gonna be. The times have changed. Technology is here. AI is slowly gaining a foothold despite immense backlash. And we live in a now hopeless generation where our American society is just that fucking good, and we just feel hopeless, and instead of actually trying to a hopeless generation. A hopeless, high dreamings generation. So do. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah. I'm not hopeful for the future at all. I mean, if I could pinpoint the problem and fix it, that would be amazing. But the fact is like, I pinpointed the problem and it doesn't matter if it got fixed. That's gonna forever handicap me. Doop, doop, doop. And like I said, I'm not a super genius. So it just sucks. Cause you were like a hopeful kid that you thought if you didn't think too hard about things, that things would just work out on its own. And that was far from the case. Doop. And then I worked hard, and I have had so many jobs. But I don't know. Do 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 do. Dum dum dum. Dum dum dum. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Wow. Wow. Oh, I didn't upgrade this gun. My bad. Do 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 do. There we go. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. If anyone's watching. I'm not in the right headspace. And honestly, like I said, I don't feel hopeful. I do feel hopeless. Because I don't know, I feel like I've tried really hard and found out really quick that I'm probably better off dead. But I mean, no one can really just kill themselves. It's not that easy. If it was, there would be a mass suicide trend. But it just sucks. It just sucks because I was a hopeful kid. I was pretty smart. I mean, graduated high school, went to college, and then it just got hard. I couldn't find myself caring, and it didn't matter how hard I studied. I found myself failing this class, and I'm just like, fuck, why is this a requirement? And it was like a moment where I was just like, you know what? Maybe I'm just not meant for this, and I'm better off just not giving up, but just not going back. Because if I were to go back, I'm pretty sure I would still need that class. But it wouldn't be worth it. It wouldn't be worth it. I don't think it would actually increase my chances of anything. I don't know. I think what really destroyed me is when I've worked so many jobs, and so many people they've never really said the exact thing. One place said that exact thing where it's just like, it's not that hard of a job. It's so easy, a monkey can do it. I've worked so many jobs where I've been told not that exactly, but it pretty much is that easy that even a simpleton can do it. And it's just like, man, if some of these high-paying jobs are this simple, and it's like, why do you have to waste so much money and time to go to school and learn when it could literally be taught to you? And when the knowledge and the know-how can be passed on to you so easily. For other things I understand, but for things like this, it was just like, it was pretty fucking obvious. Anyway, I think after hearing that so many times, that's like another reason why it's just like I'm over work. Where it's just like, if every job I've ever worked is so easy that a monkey can do it, and then it's just like, why haven't we trained monkeys to fucking take over the workforce? Because we're slowly creating AI and robots that are stationary that can do just that. The only problem is the people that this would be marketed to don't want to pay that, and probably would still see it cheaper to pay a person an hourly minimum wage versus the high maintenance cost of a state-of-the-art robot that might or might not cost as much as one might think. I would assume it would actually be pretty cheap, like half the expenses that it would be to like fix a car. because that's expensive, but that's also a big thing, and the work just to get around and fix things that are in there. It's like, oh, we're gonna have to take the whole fucking engine out, and it's just like, wow, just for that one thing? Yep. Wow, fuck car engineering. What a fucking nuisance. So much fucking manual labor just to fucking do one little thing. Wait a minute. Really? Wow. Wow. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. You got depressed already today. I am sorry for that. Honestly, I'm not gonna blame my brother. But when he's in a super depressed mood, it's kind of contagious. And not to mention, it's just, I don't know, I just do not feel hopeful. I did feel hopeful, and then I didn't feel hopeful. I guess it was because I knew I was just putting on a brave face. I don't want this weapon anymore. But I guess going back to why I started my YouTube channel and became a creator, it was just as a hobby and to just be like, hey, anyone can do this, just don't expect anyone to care. And then I guess another reason I'm kind of depressed, and it's just like, why am I still doing this? It's because it's just like, you see so many other people, and it's just like, man, they have so many followers and stuff. It's like, they must be making buku money, but I guess that's what it all comes down to. It's just like, man, like, so many people are so good at being a scam artist on YouTube when it comes to becoming a creator that they've literally created a livelihood on it. And I don't know, every time I think about it, it's just like, I cannot take advantage of someone and be like, you should give me your money because I'm an influencer and because I know what's best for the gaming industry more than the current gaming devs, or some kind of stupid bullshit like that. I don't know. That's what it seems like most influencers are on about. It's like, if they're not woke or like all about their identity politics, they're all about like, oh, they're like the anti-woke, and it's just like, we know what people want. We want big titties, fat asses, big muscly dudes. We want homoerotica up the ass. And it's just like, you know, when you just give a bunch of sexy ladies, it's like, that's why there's so many hot lesbians. Not bad. It's just like the bullshit excuse where it's just like, everything is homoerotica in one way or another. I don't know, but that's just the way it is. The wokies against the not wokies, and the wokies, I'm not gonna lie, sound really, really crazy, and they're more about who they are than anything else. It's like everything has to be about them. Or it's like they have like a really narcissistic viewpoint, and they're very all about themselves and who they are and what they represent. And they don't care about anything else unless it's like aligns with their with the things that they're all about. It's just pure insanity. Pure insanity. Pure freaking insanity. And then the gamers just sound like gamers, where it's just like, hey, it's just like, we're just used to this stuff, where it's just like, not everything has to be hypersexualized, but it's just like, don't go making a game. Like, imagine if Hatsune Miku was like a 400 or like 500 pound like white woman with a southern accent. No one would like Hatsune Miku. We would all be like, like, fuck, my 500-pound life or something like that. It's like, no one, not even those people want to be that big. They just find it really, really hard to make the change to lose the weight. And most of them, they're so big that it wouldn't matter if they did it naturally. They would still need to get surgery because of all the loose skin they grew. But and the same thing goes for male characters. You can't just give us like a fat like nerd and just be like, that's the main character for this game. And it's just like, no one fucking wants to play as some fat neckbeard. Everyone wants to play as Ryu Hayabusa. Or not Ryu Hayabusa, what was that other character? Clive from Final Fantasy, which is very much the what I think is like the Western standard when it comes to a male character. It's just like no effeminate features and super masculine, but relatable and super empathetic. Clive was a very empathetic character. He wasn't like some brash asshole. It's like, we're gonna do everything my way because I'm a fucking badass bitch. Now get the fuck out of my way and suck my cock. No, it wasn't like that. Like, Clive was very understandable to all the people around him. He realized how much they depended on him, and he knew what he was gonna have to do and what he was gonna have to sacrifice in order to put an end to the whole icon war. That game was so good, and some people don't like it. I think it's because you have the old school Final Fantasy fans and they're just like, we want something turn-based, and then you have like the more modern game where it's just like, Final Fantasy, you've been known for like some of the most beautiful graphics since like the PlayStation, since you started putting the games out on the PlayStation, but it's only ever been in the cinematics. We are now in the day and age where your game can look just as good, your gameplay graphics can look just as good as the cinematic graphics. I think we can ditch the turn-based combat because, one, that was a limitation to the game at that time. Consoles are much more powerful and stuff, so we can play a real-time action RPG versus turn-based. I think that's one of the main reasons why some of the new Final Fantasy games are like not really like, oh my god, this is the greatest Final Fantasy game ever. They're like really frowned upon or not liked at all by the original fan base that's all about the turn-based style, which I was totally all about when that was the limitation of the consoles and stuff. But like now it's just like, fuck, you can make a game like Dark Souls and it's so cool. It's so cool. I don't know, I've come to find turn-based games not, it's not that I hate them, I just don't find them as fun as they used to be. I mean, what's the last turn-based game that I played? And I was only okay with it because like it was a little more fast-paced in the sense that you can really take advantage of an enemy's weakness. Persona. It was Persona 3 Reload. The whole exploiting enemies' weaknesses, that way you can just keep going and like your turn is like extended. Yeah, that really changes the whole, you have to wait, it's my turn. No, you have to wait because it's the enemy's turn. I don't know. I feel like turn-based combat, turn-based RPGs were a thing of the past, and they were there because due to the limitations of consoles, where it's like you wanted to make these super fantastic imaginative video games, but due to the limitations of the console, it's just like, oh, there's no way you could make this into like a hack and slash RPG. It's just, you would need to put more memory onto the cartridge and then charge a fucking whopping $100 for the game because of it, and no one would buy it. But now, with consoles that are super powerful, you can make games that are like that, and they can be super awesome and imaginative. Where it's just like, people may not like Final Fantasy 15 and 16, but I still like them. I still thought they were really good games for what they were. They played good, they were fun, it had a great story, I liked the leveling up, I liked the combat, I liked how you got icon powers. It was just like, man, what's with like all these video games and it's just like you slowly get powers from the other enemies. It's like a Mega Man, but I'm not Mega Man. Oh, I only have one gun. How have I gotten this far with just one gun? Oh, I keep forgetting that I was. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But going back to YouTube creator, and it's just like me comparing myself to all the other people, and it's just like, what's the main difference? And it's just like, well, I guess personality, money, and having a lot of flashy doohickeys going off on the screen. Because and also being a girl, because if you're a female streamer and you're attractive, by the law of pretty privilege, you're gonna have an easier time. Do 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 do. I do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. But I'm at the crossroads where it's just like, should I continue content creating even though I know I'm not gonna get anything out of it, and even though it brings me brings me some kind of joy. I do like playing and showcasing the video game hobby and playing fun games that are really good and have awesome stories. But at the same time, it's just like, man, I'm comparing to myself to the people that are like, oh, they have the high subscriber count, they have high views, they're probably making money off of this, and it's like, I'm not. It just kind of sucks. And it's like, I know I shouldn't be comparing myself to those people, because it's just like completely different, and it's just like, not everyone's the same. If it was, then everyone would be doing this, but that's not the case. There's some people that go into this and put way more effort and actually spend money to create certain designs and graphics and stuff for their streams, which I didn't even put money into, because, well, that was one thing. That was one reason why I don't like streaming on Twitch, and I stopped streaming on Twitch, was that there was just so many scam artists trying to fucking sell you things with the promises of like, oh, with this you'll get more streamers and stuff, and in reality it was just them trying to make easy money off of some stupid fool. You fool! He'll give you the claw! You fool! Do do do. Get ready for the fall. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, wait right here, because I'm gonna die. Do I have oh my god, I still have soda pop left. Yes. But yeah, maybe I'm letting all the negativity that's around me infect my mind, and it's making me super depressed. But I don't know. Like, I think one of the main reasons why I do this is because I know I can't get a job, where it's just like, no, I'm over it. Or it's just like, I don't want to go back into a kitchen. I don't like the fast-paced, high-stress work environment. It's not worth it. Especially not the pay. Unless you're working like at an up-and-coming fancy hipster restaurant where everyone's like, oh my god, you need to go there, they have the best tacos. It's like, I feel like there's not as many food spots like that anymore. Maybe people are trying to keep them secret. Only we can hang out here and eat the best tacos in the world. I feel like a lot of those places, like Torchy's and stuff, they became corporate. They'll give you the claw. I don't even think Torchy's tacos are that good. I think they're like way too glorified gringo tacos, where it's just like, man, sometimes I want to go and I just want the fried chicken one with the queso, and then I forget it comes with all this other stuff, and I'm just like, dude, I just wanted like a fried chicken taco with queso. Where it's just like, I just wanted a regular taco, not some weird artisan taco. But I forgot that's how hipsters were. They were like, oh, it's like you're getting 5-star Michelin cuisine, but like at a regular place. He'll give you the claw. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. So dun 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 dun. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Everyone wants to be a superstar, baby, but how the fuck are you supposed to make them care? Dress yourself up like a little girl and dance around and prance around like you ain't got a penis. Now you've fooled the world, you're a weird ass femboy. You tuck your wiener between your legs cause you're a weird ass femboy. You fool the internet, they all jack off to you cause you're the weirdo furry femboy. They think you're a girl and you play the part well, but everyone's starting to realize the swell. You got an wait, what's it called? You got a fucking, you have an Adam's apple on your neck. Your jaw's a little too masculine. Oh no, they found out. Dun, 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 dun. That's something that was blowing up on the internet. Freaking femboys. Dun dun dun. The internet. Is it weird if I say that those people that are like femboys and they're like, oh my god, I found something being me? It's just like, no, you're being groomed by a bunch of fucking weird homosexuals that just see you being your weird self. And they're just like, yeah, oh my god, we need to recruit them into our great army. There is no, it's like a cult. It's like a cult, dude. Is that fucked up? Where I don't see the LGBT whatever people as like a group of people that are fighting for like their equality and like, hey, we're here, we exist. You shouldn't treat us any differently just because we're sexually gay weirdos. And it's like, instead it's like a cult. I feel like it's just a cult now, and it's just like, we're a bunch of sex crazed weirdos and we want you all to be sex crazed weirdos, and they're all just touching tips and rubbing nipples against each other. I don't know what lesbians and gays do in their free time as sexual deviants. All I know is that they're unhinged weirdos and they wear leather and they get really sweaty and smelly and they rub each other. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Is this the world that we live in? Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. I'm not saying that your favorite VTuber is probably a femboy in disguise. No, why would your favorite VTuber need to be a femboy when Hololive... Oh, I feel so mean because it's just like I feel like I'm calling them gay, and I'm just like, well, they kind of come off gayer than actual gay people. In fact, they come off as like they're hiding in the closet gay still. Or maybe that's just what what's his face wanted when he was creating the boy version of Hololive, because this is like, that's what Japanese chicks like. They like effeminate males, and I'm just like, oh, really now? Sounds like this Japanese chick's just lying to herself and she's lesbian. But I don't know. Where it's just like, all I do is like look at Korean boy bands, and it's just like, why do they wear so much makeup and they have like the same plastic surgery style face like a Korean woman? Very small, pointed chin, the eyes. It's just like, why do they all look like boy girls? Was that what was the point of that? Do Korean women really like men that look like girls, but they just have a penis? I don't know. I remember there was a time, and I used to make fun of like rich businessmen for this, where it's like, oh yeah, those are the rich businessmen that go to Thailand to fuck ladyboys because they just can't get enough of that shit. My face when that became mainstream. And people try to like shun other people for it, but it's just like, dude, it's mainstream. Once weird rich people unlock weird perverted sexual kinks, they can't lock them back up. They stay unlocked forever. Which is why that trend of OnlyFans girls took off for a bit, where it was a bunch of OnlyFans girls just wearing like strap-on dildos, pretending they had penises, and it's just like, oh, they're targeting the weird fucking sexual deviant degenerates that fucking get off ladyboys, and they're just like, oh, world's gay. World's super gay. World is super gay. And I feel like all the other men that are like overcompensating and acting super masculine are just, it's just like, why? It's just like, why? Or it's just like, it's not gonna make everyone around you be like, oh my god, I'm totally acting like a gay homosexual. I must act masculine like he is. It's just like, no. I don't even see people like that, where they just look all intimidating, big buff, and have the deep voice. It's just like, it's just like the only men that are like that are like my uncles. My uncles. You too can be this ripped. Just inject testosterone straight into your dick, and you can be as ripped as Arnold Schwarzenegger. Huh? You tired of being a skinny, white, wimpy piece of nothing? Well then, prepare to open your anus up to the new super drug on the market. Whoa! Buff Mantis. Buff Mantis? Was that literally what I'm gonna call it? I can't come up with a better generic name. Atlas. You too can be like the god Atlas and carry the entire weight of the world on your shoulders every single day and look fucking absolutely ripped while doing it. All you have to do is butt chug a big old jar of this all day, every 5 minutes, straight up your anus. Don't worry, you might have prolapsing and your expanded anus hole. You're gonna suffer from expanded anus hole and prolapse anus stuff, but it's gonna be worth it when you're so jacked and you look like you're a dude that hits the gym every day, when in fact you're just taking the #1 steroid known to mankind. No longer will you have to chug ounces and ounces of pure whey protein in your protein shake. No longer will you have to waste time eating largest amounts of protein and other vegetables and things. You can just shove this big old jar of fucking powder up your butt and squeeze it all into your system, and you will be ripped like a fucking a Greek god in less than an hour. How do we make these results possible? We don't. We actually just super surgically enhance this person by putting them under the knife. You just can't tell because we use CGI to hide all his scars. Oh yeah, boy. In fact, what we're just selling you is a giant laxative that goes up your ass and makes you poop out your entire intestines. Prolapse anus. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Be the best. Be buff. Have a prolapse anus. You too can be like that dude. Hit the gym every day. You're so ripped that your nipples pop out of your shirt. Oh man, look at my nipples. They're so ripped and veiny. Oh yeah, well you should see my cock-a-doodle-doo. My rooster that wakes me up every morning so I can freaking get ripped. Oh, look at this rooster. Look at the veins on its neck. This is the rooster of legend. Only I could have a rooster like this. Prolapse anus. This is gonna take forever. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Do 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 do. Wait a minute. Wow, really? It says I only got one. But I should already have this one. What the? Whatever. Okay, so. No, I don't have enough yet. Oh, I'm tired of having the same gun. Oh, I guess. Oh, I'm just tired of using the same gun. I mean, it's a solid SMG, but once you get to the guys and there's more of them, you kind of want a grenade launcher at some point. You're gonna want a grenade launcher. Grenade launcher. I guess that's one thing I'm proud of myself about. Or it's just like, out of all the VTubers that are males, I could have easily gone the gay route and just been a stupid femboy, which would have just fulfilled the sexual kink of weird transsexual people on the internet. And I would be disgusted because they would be paying so much attention to me, literally grooming me to be their sex slave. None of that. I'm glad that I went the little bro route. There's so many people that are like, are you a girl? And it's just like, no, you fucking idiot. Did you even read my goddamn channel bio? It says your little anime brother. Does it say your little anime sister? Does it look like I have a ponytail and long hair? No? Well then, I'm a boy. I was just using my high-pitched little boy voice so I could sound more like a little anime kid character, but no. That rubbed people the wrong way. I had people being like, why are you gay? And it's just like, and I'm like, why are you black? And I'm like, why are you black and act like ghetto street trash? That's not my fault. That's just your lifestyle. Dun 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 dun. Or it's just like, man, that one white girl said it, but she's just like, why are black people so ghetto? And I'm just like, holy shit, she said the racist thing that everyone was thinking. And it's just like, because we're ghetto. I'm not even black, but I still live in the ghetto. No, 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 no. Or it's just like, why are you trying so hard to sound like a gangster that slings drugs and kills people? And I know for a fact that you're just a teenager with a deep voice that plays way too much Fortnite and listens to way too much rap music, which has then I don't know how. It's kind of like warped your mind and makes you think that you're the badass rapper, and it's just like, bro, calm down. Just because you and your favorite rapper are both black doesn't mean you're both badass gangsters. It's like, it's just an industry in music. Fuck, I don't even think fucking most of the black people that create music within the hip hop industry and stuff are even gangsters anymore. Most of them are educated and sound normal. They just sound ignorant and stupid because it makes them money. And because that's what the people want. I don't even... Fuck. Oh, fuck. Jim. I haven't even heard of gangster that sounded like super ratchet in like a long ass time. Or a rapper like that. Oh, damn it. I had a chance for the AR, assault rifle, and I pushed. No, I took the money instead. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hot damn. What a burger! Just the way you like it. Buns toasted, ever so lightly, with butter. Butter, my friend. Grade A natural butter. Butter, not butter, butter. Butter. Faggot combat. Dun 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 dun. When you're online and the transgender keyboard warrior is defending their identity politics. Faggot combat. Dun 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 dun. Like, oh no, you pissed off that gay transgender. Now they're gonna go off on you on their identity and why that they're a victim. Why they're a victim, and that there should be more of them in the industry. It's like, isn't there like enough of you in the industry that you're actually ruining it? Maybe there should be just more straight dudes. But like, you know, straight dudes of color. No, cause to them every male is white unless you're like severely brown. Dun, 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 dun. And I think the only reason they're like that is because they know they'll say something racist. So when they see your skin color, they're like, oh, I have to act extra good. I don't want to make this person feel unwelcome. Dun 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 dun. Homo combat, for those of you that think that faggot is too much of a harsh word. I'm like, it's pretty harsh. But when they use it themselves to refer to themselves, like, and they're using the hard F word, it's because that's how big of a homo they are. And it's just like, and then I'm just really confused because it's just like, you had to become a woman even though you're still gay. Why? It's just like, you couldn't just stay like a gay male. You had to transition into what is this? Why? Is it because you think that you'll, like, if you transition into a woman, you'll have like the power that women have and be like, oh, they can't say that to me. I'm a woman. I'm a strong, independent. Oh god. Oh god. Heavy breathing. The neckbeard evolved into a woman, guys. Why? I don't know. They probably thought if they were a woman, life would be easier, and the people would have to be nicer to them. But in reality, they just became the biggest joke in the workplace, and there's something to laugh at behind their backs. Amongst good company, because you know, if even one of them tells that other person, it's gonna be a fucking shit show. Or it's just like, why? It's like, why did you have to transition? Just like, well, what? It's so weird, because it's just like, every time you see it, it's always like a really, really heavy, like, fat white dude that just became like a fat white woman, and it's just like, what kind of immunity does this grant you? It doesn't grant you any immunity, dude. It's so fucking weird. Maybe in a public or social space, people will be quiet. But other than that, it's just gonna be like, you guys want to talk about the elephant in the room? It's just like, no, I don't think we should talk about the elephant in the room because the elephant's not gonna forget. Oh shit, so they're a literal elephant now. You just got shot by Hatsune Miku. Number 1. Shoot. Number 1 virtual idol in the entire world. Anyone can own me and make me sing any kind of music they want. They just need to know how to run my software. Mainly music devs. I don't even know you. Who are you people? Dun 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 dun. Oh my god. Dun dun dun. Just unload the clip. Don't worry about where you're aiming, cause the explosion's gonna hit. I live in Cuckoo Banana's future world, where men are transitioning into women, and women and women are selling pictures of their coochies and their tits and ass on OnlyFans. Dun, 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 dun. Where it's just like, oh my god, is this how bad the male loneliness is? It's so bad that it's just like these males turn gay and then transition so they can be the female. Oh no. Oh man. God, hear my prayer. I'm tired, God. I don't see the point of going on anymore. And I know it's against my religion to commit suicide as a Catholic. But holy fucking shit, God, I really do not see the point of going any further. I am kind of at a low point in my life, and I honestly don't feel like it's gonna get any better. And instead of having me suffer and believe in you through all that suffering, thinking because of that it's gonna save me, why don't you just fucking beam me up to heaven right now and make me one of your holy fucking angel warriors and let me unleash me upon the demon hordes of hell. That sounds way cooler than living a boring, mundane life of poverty for the rest of my life. Like, the most exciting thing I think any human being does, is just something that they would do for fun, and it's just little to none at this point. It's not to say that I don't enjoy my life and that I'm not having fun, but I'm starting to lose a sense of purpose in all of this. Where it's just like, you're supposed to be everyone with purpose in life, and they find it, and it seems like I really don't have a purpose in life, and it feels like I'm just one of the extra add-on civilians that doesn't need to exist in a overly populated world that's congested with too many fucking people. So why don't you just do me a fucking solid, God? Do me a fucking solid and beam me up to heaven. Because even though I have new games to play, even though I have 600 subscribers away from 1,000, I don't even know what that achieves anymore. Or it's just like, do they send you that button, or do you need to have like 100 bajillion now? I don't. It doesn't even feel worth it. It doesn't like wow, I managed to stream enough and get so many people to actually give a shit about me that I got a silver metal button plaque. What does it even symbolize? It means nothing. It is nothing other than a fucking piece of metal to mark a milestone in one's career as a content creator. It is a free gift to stroke the ego and to keep one glued to the enslaving algorithm that is YouTube. It's not worth it. Cause at the end of the day, who the fuck really cares? Absolutely no one, no one, no one. If anything, the only way they make you care is if you're a sad little e-girl and you're just like, oh, ooh, I'm a cute girl on the internet, ooh, sad lonely male, pay attention to me because I'm a ooh, sad lonely female, and then like most of them already have like boyfriends and stuff, they're just faking it all the entire time because they know that these people are stupid, sad, and pathetic enough that it's easy fucking money to make. Is that horrible that I say things like that? Someone might actually paint it in a more colorful and positive way, and the way I see it is just like you're scam artists just taking advantage of a very large, lonely population of white males that think, oh my god, dude, this is it, she's gonna become my gaming waifu, bro, and it's just like, no, she's not. It's like, oh my god, dude, I met my Emiru she streams and plays Dark Souls all day. And she's like not really good at it, but she still likes the game anyway and plays. And oh my god, dude, I've been on several of her streams and I've helped her. I've been her freaking bro, and she hasn't even noted. She doesn't even notice my gamer tag name every time she summons me, but I've been there every step of the way helping her out, bro. It's just like, no, you're not gonna find someone like that, dude. You're not gonna be like, oh my god, dude, I found my Fortnite sweetheart. She is so hot. It's just like, bro, no, she doesn't look anything like the skin she plays as. She's like an overweight chub lord. An overweight chub lord that eats more cheeseburgers. Can eat more cheeseburgers in one sitting than you can eat. Oh, I'm a terrible fucking person. I never said I was a good person. I've always been a terrible person. I'm never not gonna be a terrible person. I'm always gonna be the asshole that points out the realism inside the delusions of those that it's just like I would love to let you dream, but let's be real, fucking homie. Let's be real, fucking gamers, male and female, do not look anything like Fortnite skins. They look like the fat guy from South Park. And then the females look exactly like him. The only difference is that they have they don't have the neck beard, but they do have two chins and a fupa. The fupa, the size of a small child's playhouse. This is the world we live in. Fat justice doesn't exist. People are always gonna use them and shame them to make you want to be thin. Accept the lies of your society. Fit into the norm they want you to fill that mold so perfectly. And I swear you'll become gold like a god. No, you won't. You'll spend lots of money on plastic surgery just to look like someone you'll never be. You'll spend a lot of money to fake your muscles, cause you just don't have the time to bleed. And when everyone's looking out at the sun, thinking what a beautiful sunset it is, you'll be thinking about your perfect butt cheeks that are fake, because you paid for them. Yes, fit the mold of perfection. Everyone must be plastic like Barbie and Ken. Yes, fit the mold of perfection. Cut away your fat and double chin. Get plastic surgery, you think it's too much? You idiot, just go to Korea. Save all the money that you need and become as beautiful as Kim Song-un. Kim Song-un. Just say like a random Korean name or like one of the BTS boy members. You'll be as beautiful as they are, even though they had big square heads and they were ugly too. But you can be perfect like they are. You too can be evolved from a shroud. You can be perfect like they are. And don't worry, cause if you're insecure about your small penis, you can make that huge. Yeah, there's plastic surgery for everything. You can just attach a horse stick to your crotch. Now all the bitches are gonna want you, even though your dick hurts just to fit an inch deep. It's okay to fit the mold, to be perfect like a golden guy. Everyone wants to be like them, Barbie and fucking Ken. Ooh, the perfect white couple. Now just imagine them brown. Now they're the perfect Mexican couple. And if you change the hue a little darker, they can be the perfect African American couple. And then if you make them white with slit eyes, you can make them the perfect Korean couple. You two can fit the mold and be like Barbie and Ken. Because that's what society wants. We don't want a bunch of ugly, fat, nasty people that are stupid and don't know what to do. We want a bunch of stupid, beautiful people. That way, when they're having sex with you, they don't have to regret it because they got so drunk that night and they had beer goggles and they're just like, I'm gonna fuck anything that moves. And you were that jackrabbit that couldn't get away. Ooh, ah. Man. Well, God didn't answer my prayers. He didn't beam me up to heaven like I thought he would. And I'm not going to kill myself because, one, I don't have a gun. If I did, oh boy, I would have done it right now. Actually, I would have done a live stream and been like, hey, YouTube, I'm going to give you the content you've always wanted. You ever wanted to see someone that was down on their luck just commit complete suicide and end it all? That way you too can find the motivation to do the same. Well, here you go. Happy birthday, everyone. Oh my god. So many people would be so happy. Like, you'd have Alyssa Mercante being like, oh, thank God that little Chad just killed himself. Now we can make the video game industry gay and political because that's what life's all about. Did I finish my quest? It says I did. Anyway, man, this sucks, but this is it's not a realization, but it's something I've kind of been noticing little by little. The gaming industry, video games and tabletop wise, is not doing so well, and it's fucking dying. The comic book industry is also suffering, and I don't know what it is, but it's just like, I remember when I used to go to game night, and I was just like, oh look, there's attractive girls here, wow, and then they just disappeared. Or it's just like, and it's terrible. It's terrible when the freaking, not the owner, but like one of the comic book employees that's there, that's like there for game night most of the times, is there, and it's just like, oh, it's just a bunch of white nerds, and it's just like, that hurts. Or it's just like, oh my god, the gaming industry, it desperately wants diversity, but it keeps getting the quote-unquote white nerds that they don't want anymore. And I guess it all dawned on me, it's just like, these industries are not doing so well because they cannot find, or they cannot, what's the word I'm looking for? Since they're catering to their old fan base and audience, they can't get things to grow. And when things are slow and stagnant and things aren't good, where business isn't good, it's just like you really need that flow of new people that are honestly new to the comic book superhero world, tabletop games, and video games in general to get into these things. That way they can start buying into it. But it's just so sad knowing that it's just like, they're desperately trying so hard to find diversity, and it's just like, I guess I'm not diverse enough. Apparently, I'm just another white nerd, even though I'm Mexican American. God bless me for not having the darkest, brownest skin possible, so I could sell that, and me not being able to speak Spanish. Man, God bless me and my mom and dad for raising me to be so white. Out of the fear of racism, because let's be honest, it'd be a lot easier to accept me if I sounded and looked a lot like you, but the only difference was my name sounded extremely fucking Mexican. That is like the upside, where it's just like, holy shit, he's like us, but his name, diversity higher, and it's just like, don't. But it sucks knowing that a new hobby that I got into and I really like, which is Dungeons and Dragons. It's just like, I want to get into the other tabletops, but knowing how expensive it is because you're buying so much to own when it comes to books, because you need to learn how the game works and constantly have the rules with you 24/7. And then there's like the Dungeons Master's Guide, which teaches you how to be a Dungeons Master, and there's just so much to own. And it's not that should scare you away, because it's like, oh, that's a fuck ton of money that I don't have and I'm not like, I'm not ready to just throw away at this in a moment. Where it's just like, there's free tools to help out people that are have financial difficulty when it comes to owning all this stuff. But when it comes straight down to it, these industries are having a problem getting newer people into these things, and I guess they keep finding the same catering thing, and it's just so weird. Where like the comic book store that I go to is forcing DEI like things. They won't say it, but it's just like, we need to get more people into the seats. And it's just like, you say more people, but at the same time you also want diversity, where it's just like, you want more people other than the same old group of white kids that show up every other night. And I totally understand it, because it's like, it's a business. It's like, if you don't, it's like, you need new customers to become reoccurring customers, and if you can't grab these new customers and make them loyal, like all-time customers, then your business is losing out. And these businesses, they're finding it hard to get by nowadays, where it's just like, no one wants to take a risk buying comic books because so many people are like, oh, it's all woke garbage now. And then you have other people that are like, oh no, these are some comics that are great reads and they're not woke garbage. But it's not enough. It's not enough that there's actually good content out there that's worth the money and investing a little bit of time to read into. And it sucks that that these industries are suffering because of that. And what's worse is that they went and kind of fucked themselves over when they alienated the consumer and player base, and they started going for pushing these woke agendas, and then lashing out at the original audience and player base that they had, and calling them the problem and that they're toxic, and because of them and their form of gatekeeping, whatever it may be, is not allowing newer players to interact and play the game. And it's just like, that's not entirely true. But what it is doing is that it's dividing the player and fan base, where you have the original traditional tabletop player consumer, and then you have the new age, which are the LGBTQ, whatever, DEI, or it's just like a bunch of colored people that are like flamboyant as hell that come from a rainbow background. That's the diversity. Or at least that's what the sides split into. And it's terrible, because it's just like, it's not saying that all the people are bad on either side. It's just that when you're so much into your identity politics and who you are as a person, and you just see yourself as a victim, you don't tolerate other people, and you don't want to play the game with those people, because you automatically think that they're gonna hate you on those things. And in reality, it's like, they don't care. All they care about is playing D&D and having fun and having a good time. So what really matters is that what you bring to the table is, do you bring a good character? Are you helpful to the entire party? Or are you just a fucking asshole and you're just like, oh, I once heard you say this negative thing about transgender people, and because of that, I forever hate you. Like, there's people that are that petty. And I think that's what's really dividing these industries, and it's fucking them over, is that they keep trying to appeal to the LGBTQ rainbow warrior people, because they think that this new audience will grow and make everything better. And in reality, they just want them because I think they're not easier to manipulate and talk to, but I don't know. Where it's just like, cause I know, it's just like, I play D&D, there's so many people that are like, oh, I'm bi, I'm gay, and it's like, oh, they're trans, and I'm just like, wow, it's there. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't care. I don't care! And at the end of the day, all that matters is that we had fun playing a game of D&D. But shit is so so fucking stupid. That's just how it is, and it's divided. So video games and stuff, we're divided from the normal gamer, what was the original core gamer, to the new age gamer, which is super rainbow warrior, LGBTQ, furry, trans, weirdo, like literally every label they could think of that they wanted to inherit. The people that are just like, no, you shouldn't label people, you shouldn't be judgmental, and here they are labeling themselves and being like, you should treat me like this instead of like that. So weird, because it's more about them than it is about the actual property in the game they're playing, and it's that's where the line is drawn, where it's just like, bro, no one cares about that. You're not a victim. You're just saying all this because you feel like a victim. But yeah, gaming, comics, just all around pop culture, nerd culture, whatever mainstream media made mainstream and is now within the viewpoint of everyone. It's just annoying, because that's all I see when I go on YouTube and you see these channels. It's like, oh, it's the anti-woke versus the woke. Like, they're split between two sides, where it's just like people that are just like, fuck, games should just be games, and then the people are like, no, video games should represent us and have a political message, and it should always have political pandering to try to brainwash people into our way of thinking. It's so weird. Don't know why it's doing this. Don't know why gaming's doing that. I mean, little by little, it's going back to form, as people are calling it. But there's still that push for the DEI nonsense and stuff, and it's just like, the way I see it, it's just like, I don't think these people are pushing for the DEI because they technically want it. Maybe, I feel like maybe these people, because these devs have been in this profession for so long, and some of them are just like, I'm so tired of like the constant generic white boy gamer, and it's like, why can't we have other gamers, and it's like such a breath of fresh air, and it's just like, bro, I don't know, it just sounds like a bunch of hoopla and bullshit to me. But yeah, that's what gaming's come to nowadays. It's slowly destroying itself from the inside, and then the people on the outside that are actually consumers and players of these things are trying to keep it alive, because these are things that are, it's a fun hobby and pastime, and just to see it die because of a bunch of DEI rainbow keyboard warrior lunatics are like being an unhinged, extremely loud minority on the internet. Anyway, that's it for my stream. Man, I don't feel good. I'll see you guys tomorrow. My head hurts. Oh man. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Until then, stay awesome, stay hydrated, stay fresh, stay safe, stay golden, and remember, your little anime bro from the anime fam is here. It's just a lot of stupid shit going through my mind that, in all honesty, is trivial and head doesn't fucking matter. And at the same time, it's just like, it's the only thing that's bouncing around my head, and because it's always, well, it's not that it's always there, but it's just like, I just go on YouTube and it's just like, man, Gamergate 2 is still going on, and then, yeah, I don't know, things seem like they're getting better, but it still doesn't change the fact that there's still the western side of the gaming industry that has a huge push for the DEI, while other sides are just like, fuck it, good games, make good games. But yeah, things are getting stupid. Yeah, things are getting stupid because it's just like, dude, these are adults. Like, when you hear about these Alyssa Mercantes and these other game developers, these are like adults that are using like this high school like level of vocabulary when it comes to speaking about their consumers and stuff, where it's like it doesn't sound professional at all. They all just sound like high schoolers that are like, now that they're at their height of fame and popularity, they're in their little clique, they're just being like judgmental little pieces of shit. And they're alienating their customers. But yeah. I'm almost done with Elden Ring. I think I just need like... I need 2 more areas. I just don't feel like playing. And it sucks because I have like 1, 2, 3, 4... I have 5 new games to play. 3 of which are short, which is Sonic and Shadow Generations, Gundam Breaker 4, and Warhammer 40k, Space Marine 2. But because I am so fucking, what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Not determined, but, stubborn. Yes, there we go. I'm so stubborn when it comes to video games now, where it's just like I need to beat some of these video games before I just move on to the next title, because it's not fair that I don't complete a game. So I'm very stubborn, and I'm probably not gonna play one of these new games until I beat Elden Ring's DLC, which I'm almost there. This weekend and today is just not a good day. I didn't wake up on the wrong side of the bed. It's just life decided to fuck me over, and nothing I can do about that. At least I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Until then, stay awesome. Try to stay positive. Don't be like me. In fact, do not be anything like me. I'm a terrible person. I don't even know how I got this many subscribers. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye.